righty. And
Hello there to all you bucketheads, and welcome to any new younglings. This is the most disorganized podcast on the internet. Sorry we're running a little bit late tonight, but had some technical issues. All good now. Everything's fine here. Situation normal. How are you? How are you doing, Eli?
I am doing very well. How are you, my friend?
Doing well, doing well. Excited to talk about Miss Marvel today.
Dude, I tell you what, I admittedly was running a little behind on my watch schedule with this one, as I watched it earlier today.
Okay. I watched it the day after it came out, and then I watched it again today in preparation for this episode. So before we get started, as always, got to go through the typical YouTuber stuff. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. As you can see, my hair is getting pretty long, pretty luscious, if I do say so myself. But you can change that. If we hit 66 subscribers by the end of June, it is now June 14th. We are halfway there to me keeping my hair. Haha. Live, laugh, loving it. So, just saying, if we get to the end of the month, the hair stays. And I'll be happy because I've been growing this hair since November. But if you want to ruin any prospects of me going on a date anytime soon, all you have to do is subscribe to Under the Helmet Podcast. Make sure to hit the like button, share this video with a friend, and say, hey, sub to these guys' channel. They're pretty cool. And also, if they hit 66, this guy gets all of his body hair buzzed off.
Shave and rave, my guy. Shave and brave.
We raised the stakes last episode. Which episode was it? Just our review of Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 4. No biggie. If you want to go check that video out, I highly recommend it. It's one of my personal favorites. I thought that was a really good episode. We had a really good conversation. With that being said, not only did Obi-Wan Kenobi come out last Wednesday, we had the first episode of Miss Marvel.
We did.
And I have to say, this show is one of the most is interesting to me. Because so many people have talked about it, like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to watch it. This looks dumb. This looks stupid. I've heard it compared to, like, a Disney Channel original movie, this, that, and the other thing. And to those people, I say, don't watch it. Don't watch the show. But before we get into that, I want to ask, what do you think of the show? Non-spoilers.
I mean, heck, they had me from moment one. Literally moment one. And I fully mean that. Like, I personally loved the opening music choice. I loved the music choice throughout the entirety of the show.
I do agree. Well, that is one thing I do like about this show. The music is top tier.
I mean, Saint Motel, Just My Type, is a fucking banger.
It is.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's so good. Kamala's character is wonderful. I would say she's arguably one of, if not the most relatable characters that we've gotten so far, especially to like our specific target audience of
she's just like
players and nerds.
Exactly. And I want to touch on that real quick because, you know, like you said, she's a cosplayer. She is a character who grew up in a fandom, which in universe I do have some questions about, but people have already raised those questions, so it's whatever. And here's the thing, it's a show, dude. Like, they can change the rules of the universe when they want to. They can snap and the universe rules change. But
they can do whatever they want.
Exactly. It's their universe. They do what they want. We're just here along for the ride. And if you don't like that, that's fine. Fine by me. But I want to get into, before I talk about this show, there was a lot of negativity when people came out talking about this show. So people were saying it was a snooze fest, you know, this, that, and the other thing. And I have to say, going into the first episode, I definitely carried some of that negativity with me and kind of just like
You let it get to you?
I did let it get to me to an extent where I wasn't like angry about the show because I thought it was I just didn't think it was good, didn't think it was bad. I was just kind of like, it happened. And then I went on with my day. But
Gotcha.
rewatching it today, I gave myself a task. Before I went and rewatched it, I went and sat down and said, okay, I want to think of 3 to 5 things off the top of my head that I liked about the episode. So I did, and I wrote down 3 things right away. And we'll talk about them in spoilers. But immediately I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I didn't dislike this episode as much as I thought. So I went back and rewatched it, and I got about halfway through, and I was like, okay, I got other stuff I got to do, get ready for the show. But I have to say, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more on my second watch through when I had time to like decompress from all the toxicity. Is it going to be my favorite MCU show? No. Moon Knight exists. Hawkeye exists. Falcon and the Winter Soldier exists. It's not going to be my favorite. It's not going to be my favorite. But I'll tell you what. This show was not made for people like me in mind. This show was made to appeal to a younger audience. And it shows. And some people act like that's a bad thing. What is wrong with bringing new people into the fandom, bringing new people into the MCU and saying, hey, this is a big, expansive universe. Who's got time to sit down and watch 24 movies? And don't get me wrong, if you got that time, good for you.
I'm trying to find it for Gabby and I. It's not coming easy, but we're working on it.
It's hard. It's hard. Especially the longer MCU movies get. Like, I think Thor Love and Thunder is going to be the shortest we've had in a while. And can't wait for a quick little breezer. Because these 3 hours in the theater, man, it gets to you after a while. And if you're like me, where you have to drink a ton of water, you're going to have to pee and you're going to have a bad time. So I enjoy that they're keeping that in mind, keeping, the general audience in mind. But what I want to touch on real quick, and when people criticize this show, is the idea of objective criticism. Where people will say, oh, it's objectively bad, blah, 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 this, that, objective. First off, you're not using that word right. I went and I did some Googling. I made a note card. What does objective mean? Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines objective as not influenced by personal feelings or opinions in considering and representing facts. So, what most people do about shows like this, and I've been seeing it with Obi-Wan Kenobi too, but I figured this would be a good time to talk about it because, first few minutes of the video, people will actually see it. Subjective means based and influenced by personal feelings. So I'm going to give you a non-pop culture example. I was talking on the phone with Eli earlier about this, where we both come from places where they make sweet tea. I come from the American South, where there's much more sweet than tea. And he comes from, what, Northwest? North?
It's Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana. He comes from Indiana, where they actually want to taste the tea. Weirdos. But here's the thing. If we both made sweet tea, and, I have let's say I drink a sweet tea that Eli would typically drink, and he drinks a sweet tea that's made for me, we're probably not going to like it that much.
I don't even
But I'm not going to go to Eli and be like, dude, your tea is objectively bad. I mean, objectively, the sweetness to the tea-ness is just off. Because here's the thing. I'm influenced by my personal opinions and biases. It exists. It's okay for people to have opinions and biases. And like I said, it's not made for me. The tea was made for him. So in that scenario, when we have things that we consume media and we go through things that, this impression that you're going to love everything, you're not going to love everything. And that's okay. You don't have to love everything. And I've been watching some dabbling a little bit with the dark side of YouTube and listening to, people criticize media. And what a lot of things I've heard people say is that, oh, this is objectively bad, but then they provide no evidence. They just say it. They use the term objectively, subjectively. Like, oh, this character is objectively bad. Why are they bad? Give me an example. Well, I don't like them. That's subjective, my friend. That's not objective. If you're going to give objective criticism about something, you can have no personal feelings and bias. Like I said, Merriam-Webster's dictionary, not influenced by personal feelings or opinions in considering or representing a fact. So, back to my sweet tea example. If I drink a sweet tea from down here in the South, I'll go, this is a good sweet tea. And then I go up where Eli is, and I drink some of his sweet tea. And I'm going to go, ugh, tastes like hot leaf juice. Little Avatar reference for you.
I was going to say, I didn't expect an Avatar reference in our Miss Marvel episode, but I'll take it.
I love that show. But it's interesting to me because my personal feelings about what makes good sweet tea are going to influence how I enjoy that sweet tea. And it's going to be different for everybody. Everybody's going to like different things. So what I say is if you're a media critic and you want to run around throwing the phrase objectively bad around, I have one thing to say to you. That's a nice argument there. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source
is that I made it up. Then it's not objective, it's subjective. And
it's a good thing that you finished that because I was going to finish it with the full thing.
I mean, we're out of the first 10 minutes, so the ad spots have stopped watching.
That's a fair point.
My source is that I made it the fuck up. Imagine a world free from the consequences of our actions.
Oh.
I just rewatched that whole video. Because apparently it's a whole series, and it is some of the funniest. I'll send it to you later. It's on the video game Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, and it is it's hilarious. The voice acting in it is 10 out of 10. The memes are just hilarious. So many times I have been desensitized to the sound of the Vine Boom sound effect, but every time I hear it, I just giggle. I just chuckle a little bit. I'll hear a Vine Boom and just kind of go. And it won't even be funny. Like someone could just be like, hey, dinner's ready, Vine Boom, and I'll laugh. And I was like, you did the thing. Because here's the thing. I am a simpleton, and things make me happy. Deal with it.
That is okay. Do we want to move into the spoiler section so I can? I do
want to move into spoilers because I want to talk about one of my favorite scenes in this whole episode. So let's move on into non-spoilers. Spoiler warning, begin. All right.
Yes.
What is your favorite scene in the episode?
I have so much to say about this show. I love the way that they show us so Kamala's a daydreamer. That's established from point one. Mm-hmm. But I love the way that they showed that in the show with all the little doodles across everything. That was so cool. And then her opening little play of the Avengers battle. Oh my god. I was like, wait a second. And I was just kind of elbowing the Dylan that wasn't there, and I was like, it's us. She did the thing. She did the thing that we do.
I know, right? I gotta say, I do love that. I absolutely love that. And that is one thing I've definitely related to, is Kamala. Is I absolutely relate to her character. But the most relatable scene for me is the driver's test scene. Right at the beginning.
Oh, jeez.
Don't get me wrong. I am an avid daydreamer. I used to daydream all the time. I still do at times. Oh, and here's the thing.
I do. You think I'm not going to? Have you seen How Boring Life Is?
Beautifully. They illustrated that beautifully. But the driver's test scene hit home for me because I'm gonna share something about myself. I failed my driver's test twice
Ooh.
before I got my license.
Note to
The
self,
first
I'm
time I
not playing
failed
chauffeur
because
for cons.
First time I failed was because I performed a rolling stop, and the second time I failed because I, very keyword here, almost got in an accident. I was set to pass. I was pulling out, making a left-hand turn in after-school traffic in a very busy place, and I looked both ways. I was clear. I was double clear. I had just finished the backing up portion of the test, like where you back up like 100 feet or something and drive, and you have to like keep it in a straight line or whatever. It's been a couple of years now. I forgot. And then I was like, okay, all I gotta do is parallel park. And she was like, even if you had failed the parallel parking, you would have passed. But when I went to go make that left-hand wide turn, a car came flying around the curb and almost hit me. Everybody stopped. Everybody was okay. There was no accident. It was just like, oh, crap. Stopped in the middle of the road. They stopped. We stopped. Everybody stopped. Safety. But
So wait,
I failed that test. And I remember the drive home where I was just like so upset and so like, I was beaten down by that. I was like, damn, that sucked. That really hurt. So seeing that scene, and because like Kamala, I had plans for if I passed, and then I didn't, and that sucked. It would be really cool though to see if she passes in the final episode. So calling it now, she passed her driver's test after she masters her powers.
Character development. I'm calling it now. She doesn't bother with the driver's test because she can,
That's another thing I want to talk about. So her powers. In the comics, I believe her powers are like just like Mr. Fantastic type.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stretchy limbs, this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah.
But in the show, her powers seem to come from this little amulet/gauntlet type deal.
Yeah, I believe they call it a bangle.
The bangle. I'm not sure. I know very little about her in general. But I will say this. I do know for a fact she has one line where she said, isn't it like embiggen or something like that when she like makes her hand really big?
That's what you talked about, yeah.
If she doesn't say that line in this show, I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm sure she will because it's Marvel, but it's a missed opportunity if they don't. That's all I'm going to say.
I will say, while I'm not super familiar with the character, you know who is?
Who?
The actress who's playing her.
Yes.
Hardcore Ms. Marvel fan. Dressed up as her for Halloween. I saw the story. So the actress, I'm blanking on her name right now. I think
her name is Imani. Her name is Imani something.
Yes. She dresses up as Ms. Marvel for one Halloween. And this was like right after the character had like come out. I mean, geez, that was just back in Phase 2. I think it was like 2015. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All of her friends thought she was the Flash because of the big ol' lightning bolt on the chest.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I tell you what, as a cosplayer, I felt that. It's the amount of times that I've donned that familiar green bucket, gone to a con, and everybody's like, it's Boba Fett. And I'm like, oh. You know what? I want to raise a question. What's the most off thing that you've been called at a con?
Okay. I've
entirely.
In my defense, I've only ever been to 2.
Okay.
And the first one I went to, I was dressed just like as a plain Jedi, like just regular Jedi robes. And I had a kid call me Obi-Wan because I had a pretty short haircut, so I kind of looked like Phantom Menace Obi-Wan, and I had the Phantom Menace lightsaber. So I had a kid call me Obi-Wan, and I was just like, okay, I don't hate it. I love Obi-Wan. So, but other than that, everybody knows Boba Fett. So
everybody knows fucking Boba Fett. Believe me, I know everybody knows Boba Fett. I know everyone knows Boba Fett.
Don't disrespect the Fett. I enjoyed that one. I just put Boba Fett on the other day too, and
I'm gonna get to meet the Fett as of 26th. I leave to go meet the Fett because he's
Wait.
walking around Galaxy's Edge now.
That's exciting. That is very exciting. I'm very jealous.
Yep.
Apparently, he's walking around telling people that they're his bounty, or there's a bounty for them in Mos Eisley, or something like that. And this one girl went up to him, and he was like, he walked up to her, and he was like, "There's a bounty on you from Mos Eisley," and she goes, "Is there?" And he goes, "I'm here to take you in," and she's like, "Please handcuff me," and he just went, "Watch it now," and then walked away. Honestly, top 10 interaction. It's almost as funny as when the stormtroopers are like, see somebody out like spinning a lightsaber or something, and they'll walk up and be like, if there's a last Jedi, it's definitely not you. I want to go to Galaxy's Edge so bad, dude. My friend Brandon gets to go all the time because he lives like right down the road. And Brandon, if you're watching this, dude, I'm jealous.
We're both jealous.
One day, we actually have a plan for a meetup. So
nice.
It's whenever I get to go to Florida, we're gonna plan to meet up. So
I gotcha.
I have to do it under the helmet on Batu East.
Ooh, Batu East, Batu West. Spanning the coasts. I mean, I'm going west. That's where I'm headed.
Oh, you're going west?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta talk about some after the show.
Oh, you know. No.
I need you to pick some up for me.
Now, I will say, I'm not going to Savvy's workshop. We didn't make a reservation.
I Savvy's workshop. I got something else. It's in Doc Ondar's, but we'll talk after the show.
Okay.
Anyways, back on Miss Marvel. We talked about Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about her family.
Ooh, okay.
Because so my parents aren't immigrants, but my great grandparents were.
Mm-hmm.
And those immigrant values get passed down through families. And mind you, my great grandparents immigrated from Lithuania. My flag fell because it wouldn't stick to the wall anymore. But very proud of the fact that my great grandparents left everything and came here. But when they got here, what was very interesting was that every immigrant family has a different story with their culture and how they either want to preserve it or they want to make themselves more American, if that makes sense, because we both live in America. But what's interesting to me is how Kamala's, I think is it Kamala or Kamala?
I believe they say Kamala.
Yeah, it's Kamala. It's interesting how Kamala's family is like they very much want to preserve their culture, which I love and think is a beautiful thing because I've studied because they're Arabic, they're Muslim, because I know they speak Arabic. And then what I thought was super interesting too was the first scene of the brother, praying over his food, and the dad was like, if you pray any longer, you're gonna get skinny and die, or you're gonna like starve to death. I thought that was really funny. I thought that scene was hilarious.
I did enjoy that. I did notice that what's his name? Bruno. With the Zuzu, this not quite Alexa, because we don't have that intellectual property at Disney. He programmed it to understand Urdu.
Mm-hmm.
Now, admittedly, I don't know where Urdu is the native language of. I'm looking it up now.
It's not the Kurds, is it? They're not Kurdish, are they?
Urdu started developing in North India around Delhi in the 12th century.
Oh, no. I'm so dumb. They're Pakistani.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, darn it. We suck at this. All right, show's over. Turn it off. We're done. We failed.
We are a couple of dumb Americans, so.
Start over from the beginning. But no, she's Pakistani. Darn it. Why didn't I remember that? That sucks. All right. But yeah, it makes sense. They're Pakistani. Yes. Sorry, everybody. we made a goopsie whoopsies. It happens sometimes.
Your Honor, my client would like to plead oopsie daisies.
Your Honor, no contest. Guilty. He's guilty. I'd like to call Nelson and Murdoch and also Saul Goodman. Get some prices here. Did you know how you have rights? Constitution says you do, and so do I. But anyways, I love
That
the
is a
family dynamic.
stacked legal team.
That is, listen, I only the best. Only the best.
If we ever go into court, I want that.
Exactly. Goes to court because the group chat got leaked. Why is there so much simping for Nightwing in here?
I have no idea what all that's about.
Yeah, weird. Anyways,
There's just some.
I also loved the scene where I actually relate. There's one scene that I want to talk about where I related not only to parents but also to Kamala, and that's the scene where they tell her, "Yes, okay, well, you can go to the Avenger Con, but your dad has to go in there with you for 2 hours,
Yep.
and you have to wear this." And I have to say, she was sleeping on that outfit. I would have worn it.
That Hulk outfit, the Hulk fit was nice.
It was, and I would say, you know, and mind you, this is a teenage show, so it makes sense that she wouldn't feel comfortable, like, you know, being like, "Well, Mom, what about this?" You know, the Captain Marvel suit really isn't that scandalous and revealing
Yeah.
to us, but to her mom, maybe that's a whole different thing. And I remember being in high school, and you know, my parents weren't like uberly drop the hammer down on you strict, but they, you know, I was the first kid, so I was the one they experimented with everything. So, you know,
Same here.
yeah. So in that case, I definitely related in the sense that, like, oh man, like she gets to do all my, you know, when you don't see how much your parents do for you, you don't realize it until later. Which, I mean, hey, I'm 23, I'm still learning, but. This episode is sponsored by Gamer Juice. I'm not saying the name of the company. If you want to sponsor us, Mr. You know, iconic bottle, if you want to sponsor us, hit me up. Please give me the money. I want to buy a lightsaber.
This episode is sponsored by water. Water, it's free, or at least it should be.
W-take. Based. Anyways, I loved that scene where you know the dad jumps out and he's all dressed up like the Hulk, and I have to say, I would have gone with him. I would have gone. And
so excited.
The token "you're so embarrassing" line, I loved it. I loved that scene so much when I rewatched it because I was like, this is a scene where I can relate to everybody in here. Because I've been in a situation like that where I'm like, Mom, Dad, you guys like embarrassing me in front of my friends. And I completely understand that. It's been a few years since I was 16, and I've never been a girl. But I can empathize in that scenario where, you know, you have parents and it's like, you know, your brother gets away with everything. I don't get away with anything, you know. It's that sibling rivalry, this, that, and the other. So overall, I really liked the family dynamic. I thought that was a really interesting part of the character, and I'm looking forward to seeing it get expanded upon more.
I will say, I don't think I've seen a single weak performance in this entire show.
Everybody in this show has absolutely killed it. Also, I love her mom. Her mom is great. I can understand her frustrations with her mother, but her mother has, in my mind, has done nothing wrong.
Well, I mean, she's 16 years old. Everyone has frustrations with their parents at 16 years old.
Exactly.
Your body is flooded with hormones. There's no chance it's not going to happen.
Exactly. You're still learning how to be a person.
Yeah. But when her dad started to break down afterwards, I I nearly started to just watching that. It hurt.
That scene hurt. That scene hurt.
Uh,
That scene really did hurt. I was like, dang, you gotta do it like that now. Like,
you don't gotta do them like that. You didn't have
also,
to do that.
I can't remember the exact experience, but I remember having something like that happen once where like I wanted to go somewhere. My parents were like, yeah, but only if we go with you. And it was like it's supposed to be an only kids thing. So it's like, no, my parents can't come. That's going to be like embarrassing. No, absolutely not. Like, whatever. No. And I remember like my parents were pretty hurt by it. And something very similar with that. Okay, well, you're just not going then. Now, mind you, I didn't sneak out because I was a little baby boy and I lived on the second floor and it would have been kind of impossible.
I mean, she made it work. She made it work.
But my second floor is a lot higher than her second floor. And there was no easy way to get down from my second floor room.
That's a fair point.
I would just say that without hurting yourself.
I luckily enough had a, window leads to top of shed leads directly to fence that I can easily climb down.
Yeah.
Not that I ever used it, of course, but
Mine was like, okay, window to like, rooftop area, like covering the porch. But then there was no down. There was, okay, jump from the porch top, right across, which is right by your parents' bathroom, obviously. Closed rope ladder.
Making points.
Gabby, did you think I was that smart in high school? I was not that smart. I was not that bright. More importantly, I had other priorities. I had Legos to play with, obviously.
That's a fair point. This laptop is actively sitting on Legos, unbuilt, in the box. And also, I can't comment on this.
Never.
Of course not.
Deny.
You think this face right here? Come on.
Hold on. I got to get my my Matt Murdock on real quick. Stop talking. Matt Murdock, lawyer. Did you know you have rights? Constitution says you do. And so do I. I'm a really good lawyer. Anyways, so I want to talk about Kamala's best friend, the guy whose name I cannot remember.
Bruno.
We don't talk about him.
I feel like we should talk about him. He's really cool.
He is. I like the fact that, the MCU has these little genius guys running around. Like, you've got Peter Parker, you've got Bruno. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I like Bruno. I can't wait to see more of him.
As somebody who's actively sitting here with all their soldering equipment just by their bed, I like Bruno a lot. Also,
those photon gloves that he made, those are freaking cool.
I might be able to make a pair of those. Honestly, I mean, they don't seem like they'd be super difficult.
Nice. Also, I love the fact that when they plan out the whole like Avengers Con to get on the train, get on the bus heist or whatever.
Yep.
I love how in that scene, she's literally got Captain Marvel's exact costume on. Like,
yep.
The details in this show are great, I have to say.
I also love the costume department had to design a Captain Marvel outfit that looked like it was made by a couple of 16-year-olds. And then a Captain Marvel outfit that was like expertly crafted cosplay.
Quite literally styled for baby Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Also, I want to talk about one more character before we kind of move on. The what's he called? The not the teacher, the counselor guy.
Yeah, Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson. But don't call him Mr. Wilson. Okay, first off, if you're a school counselor, don't do that. Stop right there. Time out. Twix time. I understand trying to like empathize with your kids, but also like, there's a certain line, man. I didn't dislike his character, but it was also just kind of like, you ain't cutting it. You ain't cutting it for me. I get what he's trying to do. I think I didn't like his character.
What was that? We're losing
Honestly, worked with kids. I had that kind of similar energy. Like, hey guys, I'm the cool teacher. Let's be cool. Like, I'm not your friend, but I'm as close as you can get. I'm like a mentor friend kind of deal. You know how it is. So I think I didn't like his character because he was holding that mirror just a little too close to my face, and I was just like,
I was gonna say I really didn't have a problem with this character. I can't see why. Oh,
he reminds me of me when I worked my other job. Shout out to my kids at the Y. I heard the funniest thing on TikTok the other day. It was like summer camp counselors. It's like, and it was an audio apparently of the rapper NLE Choppa. It's like, hi, I'm NLE Choppa. Make sure to drink plenty of water and wear your sunscreen when you go outside. Have a great day. And if you like listen to any of his music, you're like, oh, okay. This guy talks about like regularly doing crimes and other things that are not nice. So to hear him say that is quite funny to me. Especially when it's like, hey kids, remember, do your homework, stay in school, drink milk, and you get out and you're like, the mask just slips off your face and you go, just kidding. Unless everybody has that moment where the kids are gone, check, you double check, and you go, and you let out just the most obscene sentence you possibly could because you've been holding it in for hours. Not, and sometimes it's not even bad words. You're just venting your emotions away that you could not properly express at that moment. Sorry, if any kids are watching this and you're realizing, hey, if you think to yourself, hey, he's talking about me. No, buddy, I'm not talking about you at all. You were the good one. Wink. No, I'm just kidding. You all were bad. I'm so. I was like, you're never where kids again.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I don't know if our show is really all that kid friendly.
That's true. If you're a kid and you're watching our show,
you probably should be doing
other things.
Also, like, you have so much to watch on YouTube. I have seen y'all just sit there for 3 hours clicking through videos before. I don't know how you stumbled on ours, but I know your attention span isn't that long to watch this far.
Yeah, iPad tablet kids. Quite literally lying in the most awkward position known to mankind.
Oh, we're talking like upside down
on the chair with the tablet over your face.
Yep.
Anyway, speaking of tablets and faces, or people getting hit in the face, let's talk about AvengerCon.
Dude, AvengersCon looks like the sickest fucking convention, and I want to go so bad.
Okay, so I do have a bit of an issue with AvengerCon. It's a small one, but it is a bit of an issue. No con I have ever been, and mind you, I've only been to some small cons, so I don't know if like MegaCon or San Diego Comic-Con or anything like that are like, that place was lit. That looks like a rave and a cosplay. It looks like a cosplay rave. It looks more like a con after party than an actual con.
I'm okay with that. Can we make more cons like that?
Yeah, make our cons more lit.
I'm down.
Require people to shower.
Oh God.
We've all had that one guy.
I think one of my favorite cosplays that I saw at a con was a fella in hazmat gear, and it just said "Waifu Patrol" across it, and he had fucking body spray in a little gun that he would spritz at people. He did end up getting thrown out, but
worth it. Wait, hold on. Hello, base department. That is hilarious. That is so funny.
It was
all right. 10 out of 10.
Well, the best part is there was a, on the front it just said like "Waifu Patrol," like East Division or something. On the back, You know, like the Ghostbusters No Ghost logo. Instead of the ghost, it was a anime girl body pillow.
So there's another person I've run across on TikTok, and when you said body pillow, it reminded me of this.
Oh
This
God,
girl
what
has
are you
a
going to delve into?
body pillow, and on the pillow is a B1 battle droid. And I have to say, I want one. I want a B1 body pillow. Not for anything weird, I promise. I promise, not for anything weird. Not for anything weird. I just genuinely think it would be really funny to have like, oh no, he's got a body pillow. What kind is it? It's a freaking robot. They don't call them clankers for nothing. And this is why we wait until later in the video. Clicking noises intensify. Uh-oh. Roger. Yeah! Oh my yeah! Oh, I love the battle droids in Clone Wars, dude. Not for that, no, not for that reason. Not for that reason. I just thought they were funny.
Dylan, we knew you were in defeat. We didn't know you were robosexual as well.
I denied both of them. I denied all of the allegations peddled against me by the fake news media, trying to say that I am into witch feet and battle droids. It's not true, folks. It's not true. Entirely fabricated lies made up to defame me and my character. And honestly, me and Mr. Bones will not tolerate it any longer. Believe me, things are coming. Things are happening. Be wary. They are coming. And then nothing ever comes of it. Anyways, real world political illusions aside, moving on.
I thought you said we didn't do politics on the show. You know what? I'm proud of you for that. That was good.
It's not politics. It's simply an impression of a real life figure. I'm only copying their vocal cadence and their mannerisms. I am not doing a full-on impression. So there is that plausible deniability. You know who I'm talking about. I know who you're talking about. But we're moving on. I'm just saying, I do a really good impression of that person. But you'll never hear it, ever. Ever. You're never going to back yourself out of this one. I already did. I denied it all. There is no proof. What's invasion? There is no proof. Omen fire. Phantom Menace got me acting up. I see C-3PO's head get put on a B1 battle droid body, and I go, God, I wish that were me. Uh-oh. My legs aren't working. I must need maintenance. Those clips from multiple episodes as proof. They're fabricated. They're not true. They're video shopped. Believe me. I'm taken out of context. I can do this all day. Woo! Sorry, I was just getting chopped in half by my own shield. Anyways. The slander continues. There are a few things I will slander on this show until the day that it no longer exists. Star Killer, Grey Jedi, and Captain Carter. What? Moving on. So, we talk about the bully girl, or not really the bully, just the chick with 80,000 followers or something like that.
Oh shoot, I forgot about her.
Not saying that that's a TikTok goal of mine. So if y'all want to get me there, I can say I've passed this girl. So
If you want to get the YouTube to 66 by the end of June, fun things happen.
Oh no, we gotta go bald.
Dun 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 dun.
This episode has gone fully off the rails, and I love it.
It has.
I love every second of
it.
Yeah, well, we're having fun. We're keeping it relatively about the show, more or less.
Yeah.
Ignore the B1 Battle Droid body pillow tangent. We're good. Don't worry about it. And just so you know, it does exist. And when I find that person's videos, I will send them to you. It's somewhere in my light. And when you see it, you'll be like, hey, it's pretty impressive. It's a work of modern art, modern engineering. Yes. So, AvengerCon. I believe you said you... I did. And I said it again at the beginning of the episode, too. I reiterated. So, if you don't believe me, go back to the beginning of the episode, rewatch it. I did, in fact, say all of the hair on my body would be gone. Certain areas will have to trust me. I'm not doing a full reveal. But I will confirm that I will go fully hairless. I will be like a hairless... the last time I was that hairless, I was born. Anyways,
like a mole rat.
Like Rufus from Kim Possible.
Exactly what I was thinking of.
That's a deep cut.
It is.
We gotta talk about Kim Possible one day. I need to rewatch that show. It's on Disney Plus. I have no excuse. Anyways, so when I have to say, and I think the one big spoiler of this episode was that the girl got hit by the giant Thor's hammer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have to say that scene was pretty funny.
I did enjoy the bonk from Jonathan.
Yes. Complete proof will be only available on the paid platform. Exactly. No only friends. Maybe a go outside and touch a Patreon, but not yet. We ain't there yet. 1313 just started theirs, and they're at like a couple hundred. So bonky time. Jonathan quite literally said,
"Cal's here."
Hello. Yeah, Jonathan really just said, Funk. And I have to say, props to her for holding on tight.
Yeah, she really just kind of.
Also, I'm sure a lot of people have noticed this, but the costume that she's wearing isn't Captain Marvel, but it's based more off of the Miss Marvel costume, which I thought was super interesting.
Yeah.
Honestly, not Miss Marvel like Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel Carol Danvers.
Yeah.
Because originally she was Miss Marvel for years and years and years, and then she became Captain Marvel, and then Kamala Khan became Miss Marvel.
Wasn't Shazam originally Captain Marvel?
Yeah, Shazam was originally Captain Marvel. Because DC copyrighted it, which is very funny. And so for example, if you watch Justice League Unlimited, they still had that copyright at that time. So for example, there's an episode where Lex Luthor calls him Captain Marvel. He's like, Captain Marvel, thank goodness you're here. Because he's manipulating him to fight Superman. But Justice League Unlimited, great show. Very good, very good.
Do we have anything else we'd like to say on the episode, or can we move into the next?
I do have one more thing. Why do they have Groot merchandise? Why do they have Groot merchandise at AvengerCon?
Because he's Groot.
Right. But, mind you, the only... It's not a plot hole, but it's kind of interesting because it's okay, they have Groot merchandise, and it's kind of modeled, I believe, after Baby Groot. Because the only Groot that we know of, or that Earth knows of, is Teenage Groot.
Oh yeah, because that was his first time going
But
to
the
Earth.
Groot they portray looks younger than teenage Groot, like a kid Groot. And I mean, it could have just been like an artist's stylistic rendition. It's probably not that deep. But I just thought it was interesting that I was kind of like,
That's a good point.
yeah,
That's a real
that
good
was the
point.
only thing I saw that kind of like took me out of the episode for 1 second. And I was like, that's just nitpicky. Like, here's the thing. It's just nitpicking. And absolutely, Gabby, it is much more of an Easter egg than anything else. Also, they had Asgard Pride shirts, which I personally appreciated.
I like that a lot. Oh shoot, I haven't been posting my flags. My Galaxy is for Everyone flags. I need to do more of those.
Tisk.
We got the general pride flag and we got the lesbian flags up because not only do we support women's rights, we support women's wrongs. That's why the
And
lesbians
just women
came
in
first
general.
after general pride.
Yeah, under the helmet. Likes women. Ding.
Under the helmet likes men too. I'm just saying.
I mean, we both are them, so. And
And
shout out to our NB friends, NB pals too. We love everybody here.
Oh, I was saying under the helmet likes men because I was thirsting after some actors on my story earlier this week. How can you not when Andrew Garfield looks as fine as he does? How can you not? I'm just saying.
Yes. All right. So, with that being said, and I think we've thoroughly picked through Miss Marvel episode 1, and I have to say the scene at the end where the mom said, do you want to live the rest of your life in Spaceland or do you want to live it here in reality? And I honestly can't wait to see Kamala's character arc.
I can't wait to see how her family reacts to her having powers.
I think her arc is going to be this. Her arc is going to be learning how to live in both worlds, handle her responsibilities, but also still be able to go out and cosplay and do stuff like that. Because here's the thing. That's what we do every day. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
You have to learn to balance your real life and your wannabe life responsibilities. And the thing is, that's okay. But anyway, let's move on from there. Do you have any predictions for the show? Where do you think it's going to go?
I think it's going to be good.
I definitely think it's going to be good, and it's going to be better than a lot of people say. So
I think if people actually watch it
give it a genuine, honest chance,
mind, yeah, they'll really enjoy it. Especially people from our specific circle of the internet. Cosplayers are going to eat this shit up.
Oh, we already are. But I think one thing that's interesting is, and I want to put this out there now at the end of the episode where barely anybody will see it. So if you do see this, comment below. But woke is not a reason to dislike a show. Refuses to elaborate further.
There we go.
If you don't like a show because it's woke, just leave.
My guy, you said refuses to elaborate further and then elaborated further.
I didn't elaborate further.
Yeah, that's fair. Moving on
to news and rumors. I only have one, and it's not great.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, let me go with mine first. I'll let you do yours. My man was watching the news this week. So my one is we again talk about Ezra Miller, and they are fully in their villain era, and we do not stand. Quite literally, is now allegedly, mind you, allegedly, has given drugs and groomed a minor. That ain't cool. No, I'm not even going to do the, get close to the microphone, do the bit thing. That just ain't cool. That ain't right. And, yeah, Ezra Miller, guarantee you, will be written out of The Flash. Good. I hope so.
Yeah.
quite literally rewrite the universe to make you a new actor. I mean, to be fair, they did it with Kevin Spacey in that one movie. So
there's just no way to have the movie with him in it. Like
them, yeah,
at this point, if you release it, you're gonna catch flack for the next years. Like we're not.
I mean, I think they've already said that they're so far into it, they're gonna have a hard time. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Honestly. Because everybody see the movie and kind of give it themselves, but it's gonna be really hard to remove this movie. Honestly, release like a different version of the Flash cut where like somebody goes through the DCEU and just photoshops someone else's face on there. Remade with a whole new actor. Honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Just get an actor to act out the scenes and quite literally edit their face onto Ezra Miller. Even if the CG is bad, who cares?
He's not there anymore.
Exactly.
But that being said,
happier news. Take it away.
Happier news. We're going to start off with arguably the most pressing event of the last couple weeks. I don't know if we talked about this on the last show, but the Heard versus Depp defamation trial has ended. Johnny Depp has won. Naturally, I'm very excited about this. I was even more excited when I heard about this. Breaking. Amber Heard is being cut from Aquaman 2, and her role will be recast. A source exclusively confirmed to Just Jared.
Nice. Cal had no deep fake, no mustache. Actually, that would be great. Give them a deep fake with a mustache. Honestly. Just edit a really funky mustache over brand new actor Mesra Iller. Give them no credit.
Oh boy.
I take your hammer, your power, and I cast you out.
That's what they're gonna have to do.
But yeah.
Let's see.
Yep.
Oh. Let's see. We've got some Black Adam news.
Oh yeah, we got a Black Adam trailer.
Yeah, we got a Black Adam trailer. Dwayne Johnson is teasing the Black Adam cinematic universe. Black Adam could have multiple spin-off movies and TV shows for different characters, according to Hiram Garcia has been going hard. Like the producer for this movie has been teasing, like the PG-13 rating has been likened to that of The Dark Knight. Edgy intensity and high kill count. Very big ambitions for the Justice Society of America and many other heroes in the new DC universe. So are we on like the third attempted reboot for DC now? Like what are we rolling with at this point? What are they?
Who knows? What I'm very happy about when this trailer came out, I think more than anything, I was very happy to not hear this one particular line. And if you know anything about Black Adam and the promotion for this movie, this line has been said countless times, and I'm so glad that it was not said. And that line is, the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change forever. Dwayne, what does that mean? What does that even mean? The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. First off, in a universe with Superman, Black Adam is not top dog. He's up there. Especially when you got Dr. Fate in your own movie, bro. You are not top dog in this universe. Sorry. I love you. You could crush me with a pinky. But you ain't top dog in this universe. Cavill, Superman, next. Mid-diff.
I know so very little about Dr. Fate and also Black Adam, but, yeah, I played Injustice.
I mean, Dr. Fate is kind of stronger than Like he's basically Doctor Strange of the DC
No,
universe.
I got that part. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, like like if you look at his feats, basically his feats are very impressive to say the least.
How do you look at his feet? They're covered by boots.
Don't ask questions you won't answer.
Oh my god, dude.
Don't ask questions.
Moving on to our next point of business.
Hierarchy of power changing forever.
A Joker sequel.
Yes, Joker sequel.
Um,
Lady Gaga is gonna be Harley Quinn.
and it's gonna be a musical.
Who knows, man?
I don't know how much of this is real and how much of this is just jokes. It's a Joker movie. There's gonna be jokes. But like I'm so confused. Also, Joker stands well as a standalone movie. I don't need to see a sequel. I'm just saying that.
I did not want a sequel to Joker. I remember leaving the theater feeling quite sad and just going, this was a very sad movie. I don't like how I feel after this movie. I did, and don't get me wrong, was it a beautiful movie?
Oh, it was wonderfully made.
Was it well done? Yeah. Was it well acted? Yeah. But
It
honestly,
hurt.
it was very depressing. And you can say what you want about me. I'll go back to my Cape Shit Marvel movies where everybody's making a joke every 5 minutes. Because here's the thing. I don't want to escape depression into more depression. If I want to do that, I just go watch the Order 66 Supercut on YouTube. I want happy, damn it. Let me have happy. But with that being said, if it comes out, I probably will go see it. I'm kind of interested.
That's fair.
Also, if it's bad, that would be really funny.
Speaking of happy, we have some happy Marvel news.
Bring it.
So you remember a while back I talked about our boy Eros, Star Fox, teased that they had a lot they were wanting to do with him.
Yep.
Star Fox solo project starring Harry Styles in development. Eros and Pip described as being the Han Solo and Chewbacca of the MCU.
I'm interested.
I feel like that's promising. I feel like that's very promising.
I am interested because honestly, I don't know how well Harry Styles can act, but they put him in the movie for a reason.
He's hot.
I mean, yeah, that's not up for debate here.
That's not a subjective point. That is indeed an objective point. Let me tell you. Anyway,
I'm gonna bite my lip.
I'm in control.
You are in control.
Barely.
Barely. Anyway, no, I am interested to see what they do with this character because he is the brother of Thanos, but like obviously Thanos got bonked with the ugly stick. So I do want to see what happens. I'm intrigued. Very intrigued. Does it have my full support? But I'll watch it when it comes out probably.
I'm gonna bite my tongue on the comment that I was ready to make. Anyway, moving on. I had video game news.
Oh,
Specifically on Bethesda's next big title, Starfield. I don't know if you're big on Bethesda games. I myself happen to be. So Starfield was announced
not
ages ago. It's their sci-fi title. They teased a lot. Images as well as some teases of what's potentially in the game. Interactive story RPG with choice and dynamic NPCs, multiple alliances and factions, ground and air combat, which I'm very excited about. We've never really seen vehicle combat from Bethesda, so I hope it doesn't suck. Weapon and ship customization, that I'm happy about. That I'm very happy about. In-depth character creator with traits and backgrounds. But the biggest one, base fortress creation, in-depth skill and perk system. The biggest thing I'm excited about, as a person who loves exploring games, fully explorable galaxy with 1,000 planets. One.
So what you're saying is I need to send you a text every couple of days after this game
To make
comes
sure
out.
that I'm okay.
And just
Yes.
put the word and just put the phrase take a shower.
Yeah. Take a shower. Go
5
drink water.
minutes.
The bathroom.
Take a shower. Clean, as my dad would say, wash your ass, and then get back in the game.
There you go. I have one final piece of news.
I actually have a video game piece of news that just came up.
Okay.
And I just remembered. So if anybody plays the hit Epic Games, Fortnite, and you have the Battle Pass, guess who is now an unlockable skin in the game? Not
Darth
only
Vader.
is Obi-Wan Kenobi, but also Dark Vader, the guy from Fortnite. And I have to say, his pickaxe is really stupid. It's literally like a big black stick with a circle with the Empire logo on it. It's really goofy, and I have to say, if I played Fortnite, I would want it.
I do, and now I kind of want it.
I would also want to play just to get all the Star Wars skins, like Boba Fett, Dark Vader, or no, Boba Fett, Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Dark Vader. I would love to see get all their skins.
I have them.
Obi-Wan's pickaxe is just a knife, which is really funny.
I will say, other than Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, I have them all. All of them.
Get grinded on that Battle Pass, boy, or drop your parents' money for some V-Bucks.
I did indeed drop the parents' money, and it was actually not the parents' money; it was my own. But
I had a kid that I worked with that was obsessed with Fortnite, and he would always come up to me, and mind you, this was a really good kid, but he would always come up and be like, "Mr. Dillon, do you know what they added today in Fortnite?" And I was just like, "No, they added Batman." Cool. Go do what I told you to, and stop having this conversation. And the best part was, after a while, he would ask me, and one day I was like, I'm going to test them. So he was like, do you know what they added in Fortnite? And I told him, I just straight out, I said, no. Do you want to know? No. He told me anyway.
Yeah,
and honestly, that is my energy to a T. Respect, kid. Respect.
Yeah. Final piece of news.
All right, let's hear it.
It's a big one. I saved it for last because it's arguably the biggest. Thunderbolts is officially in the works.
Oh, yeah.
Jake Schreier is set to direct. Eric Pearson is penning the script. Set to begin filming in summer 2023.
Dang.
Potential characters. The potential list includes, but is not limited to, Yelena Belova, Ghost, Taskmaster, The Abomination, U.S. Agent, Red Hulk. We'll find out how that works.
Wait. Hold on. Time out. Oh, no. Crap. It's been a minute since I've saw Black Widow. I thought Taskmaster died.
Nah, Taskmaster alive.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do Red Hulk. The guy who played him passed away, so that's going to be interesting.
Apparently there was another Red Hulk.
Well, they just make a new person Red Hulk. Because
Marvel's recasted before.
They'll tease him in She-Hulk, probably.
Yeah. But most notably, arguably the best character on the team. We all know he's going to be there. Just going hard with it. Baron fucking Zemo. Daniel Brawl. My guy. My man. Oh. The pure amount of
Did you know he was in the most recent Kingsman movie?
What?
There was a new Kingsman movie that came out. It was
Yes.
I think Not was it the Golden Circle? It was like the prequel to the first one.
No, The King's Man.
Yeah, the King's Man.
I
So
haven't seen
have
it.
you
I've
seen
heard
the have
good
you
things.
seen the post credit scene for that movie?
I've not. I've actually not seen any of that movie. I need to.
Oh my gosh, dude. Do you care if I spoil?
I do a little bit, yes.
Okay, I won't say it, but I have to say, if you're a history nerd, it literally treats two of the biggest some of the biggest characters in history like they're Marvel superheroes, and it's really funny one of the reveals they do. I won't spoil because he said he doesn't want to, but if you know what I'm talking about, you can look it up on YouTube, and I have to say they were cracked out of their minds when they wrote that scene. It is quite literally hilarious. Eli, stop zooming over Zmar. Ask Dylan to open up sarcophagus.
Anyway, that's all we got for news and rumors. So, wrapping things up.
Yep, that's all we have for news and rumors. And before we send Eli to the horny
You have access to that? How did you change that?
Surprise! I'm all powerful.
I thought I was the only one who could. You gave me control.
I'm more
How did you take it back?
I am more powerful than the Chancellor. I can overthrow him. And together, you and I can rule the galaxy. Make things the way we want them to be. I don't believe it. Obi-Wan was right. I don't want to hear any more about Obi-Wan. I want to hear more about Obi-Wan. Speaking of Obi-Wan, tune in on Thursday as we talk about Obi-Wan Episode 5. I am sure I will cry tomorrow. Can't wait.
It's the 5th episode of a Disney Plus show.
Can't wait for all those Clone Wars flashbacks and the Captain Rex Commander Cody gay sex scene. I can't wait for that one. It's gonna be great. Happy Pride.
Right.
Honestly, well, here's the thing about that, and I'll rant for real quick before we go. If you made it to this point in the video, congratulations, you made it through. People have set their expectations for this show so high that there's no way it can meet it, you know. And we were told months in advance, like, this is an introspective character journey. It's not like a Marvel movie where it's like, oh my gosh, it's Captain Rex and Commander Cody. And oh my gosh, you know, it's little things like that. And I think, and this kind of relayed back to Marvel, where Marvel will do all these big like teases and all this and that and the other thing. And, you know, it really has people spoiled. That's not how you tell a story. You don't tell a story around the cameos that fit the story. And I have to say, Book of Boba Fett did that very well, where they had the cameos of, you know, Ahsoka and Luke, because it benefited the story that was being told. And that is the story of, you know, Boba Fett and how Mando came to help him and how Grogu came in and also Cad Bane. Those cameos made sense, especially Cad Bane, because it affected the story. And as long as the cameos affect the story and the story doesn't affect the cameos, we're A-okay. Well, with that being said, thank you to everybody who came out and joined us tonight on another episode of Under the Helmet Podcast. Don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe. You are running out of time. Running out of time for me to keep this hair. It's going to grow all the way down. I can't wait.
The Obi
Can't
mullet.
wait. The Jedi mullet is coming. The Jedi mullet is coming.
There's going to be no Jedi Survivor from that, I tell you what.
But don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video. Also, join that Discord. Join our Discord, because here's the thing. Discord, not only are we having a great conversation in there, not only will you immediately become a member of the OG 100, but also if you join the Discord, you get to hear stuff from us first. And guess what? You like my rants for some reason? You'll hear so many of them. We had a great conversation in Discord the other day. So, with that being said, come join us in the Discord. Link, as always, going to be in the description. If not, it's in the link tree. Check it out. Or you can always DM Eli or I and ask. we're all in the link tree.
Absolutely.
But thank you to everybody for coming out for another episode of Under the Helmet podcast. Have a good night. May the force be with you. And most importantly, get me a B1 Battle Droid body pillow. Roger, Roger. Have a good night, everybody.